When are you going to talk about the Kanye situation? So I actually talked about it on the podcast for like a full hour. So instead of pulling up all the clips on my own, Kaya had them all already stockpiled. So we just talked about them there. So if you want to see all the Kanye takes, just wait for the podcast episode this week. It was just so much to go through. I did not feel like compiling all the clips myself. I did it once and then the computer crashed, lost all the clips. I wasn't doing it again. You see that Ye will be on Adin Ross' stream. Yeah, he's going to go on a lot of YouTubers' content as well as streamers, I heard. I think that is so silly. Did you see the Twitter Adin Ross clip? Oh, about fastism? Yeah, I saw. That was rough. he should not have done that. Thanks to the Bits Smokey again and the Bits K. Hey K. Oh, that's super sweet. Draw you said it's in 2 weeks? Draw the main Godslap villain Defister. That'd be hype. And I hope you're doing well, K. Thanks to resub Banjo. What did Adin Ross do? The clip he's talking about is on his stream. Adin Googled Adin Ross had this whole thing where he was trying to be like more educated about things. So he's like, "What the fuck is fascism? Never heard of fascism in my life." So he brings up the definition, and then he mispronounces like every word in the definition of fascism, and it is rough. it was pretty silly. I don't know why he did that either. I didn't even see the context of it. I'm guessing it was to prepare for the Ye interview or something. I really have no clue. Is that tomorrow? What, the Adin Ross Ye interview? I have no idea. All I know is Ye's booked a lot of YouTuber and Twitch streamer stuff. Would you put Kanye on the podcast? I personally wouldn't want to. I think it's just taking advantage of his mental breakdown. Not that it excuses the shit he's saying, but everyone that has been associating with him is just plugging their own shit. So kind of just riding him for more popularity for themselves, which feels really fucking weird, especially with the things that he's spewing. So I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. That wouldn't be for me. But I'm not gonna lie. I'd be very curious to press him a bit, though I know he'd get up and leave. So you have to walk a really fine line for anyone that's interviewing him. I would be very curious to hear what he says about Balenciaga, since for some reason he still supports Balenciaga after their ads sexualizing kids and with like the child porn document in it. And for some reason he's like, yeah, Balenciaga's great. So I wonder, like, does he think the sexualization of kids isn't a big deal? Like, where does he stand on that? I'd be very curious. Because I feel like he just says the most absurd shit ever. I wouldn't be surprised if he was asked that question, he comes out and says, actually, sexualizing kids isn't a big deal. Like, that wouldn't shock me if he said that. I think this Jesus image has got him to accept everything and everyone. There's a difference between that, like, old classical take of you have to love everyone no matter what, and agreeing with everyone. So, like, him talking about loving Nazis and loving Hitler, and then saying the Holocaust isn't real. Like, that's a little different than the old Christian tenet of love everyone. That's super fucking different. He's a tier 1. Tom Stewie and the resub Curly. Plus, I also don't think he's on that Jesus take of loving everyone, because he hasn't said he loves Pete Davidson. Why hasn't he said, I love you, Pete Davidson, even though you fucked my wife? A lot. Many times, in fact. Why hasn't he said he loves Pete Davidson? Why does he keep going to Nazis and Hitler if he's trying to make his point? Do Pete Davidson next. Prove yourself, Kanye. Screw Pete Davidson. I don't know if this is... Oh, actually, hold on. Milo just got dropped from Kanye's posse, right? Milo no longer works with Ye. I remember while we were doing the podcast, someone in the chat posted the reasoning. They dropped an article that said the reason Milo left is because he accused Ye of wanting to have sex with him or something. Was that the actual reason? Because I never even bothered to look into it. Hold on. That may have been a joke. The first thing is about how Milo's out after infighting in the campaign room. God, there's so many articles about this shit. Holy fuck. I don't even know which one to go to. Maybe Insider. This is a really short article about it. I'm just going to assume that probably wasn't the case. Just because you don't agree with someone doesn't make them a bad person? What? When did I ever say that? One of the main things I talk about is how people should have different opinions than you. Like, my friends aren't just echo chambers of me. Is that your attempt to defend the shit Ye's saying? When did he shorten his name from Kanye to Ye? I don't remember. I keep forgetting that he did that, but chat always reminded me, so now it's drilled into my head that it's Ye now. I don't remember when he did that, though. I just think it's wrong to judge someone because they said something controversial, not trying to dick ride him. So that was your attempt at, like, defending Ye somehow? What are you talking about? I don't even know what your point is, not to judge him. He's very clearly mentally unwell. I think that's something anyone can see when he's talking to a fucking net during his interview and making an Elmo voice for it, and the people around him plugging their own shit on his Twitter, and then him talking about loving Nazis, loving Hitler, and the Holocaust isn't being real. That's like a problem. Thoughts on Train's new streaming service? Kick. I think that is a terrible name for it, first of all. I don't know why they settled on Kick when Kick was already a really popular social media site where they used to just plug fake Tinder accounts. I don't know why they did that. They should have chosen any other name ever. Like, legitimately ever, because Kick is just mainly a bot site for scams now and really weird shit. But it still was a very popular site. So now everyone thinks Kick.com or Kick.live, whatever it is, I forgot, is associated with that app when it's not. It's its own streaming service. That was just a really bad naming decision. But yeah, I'm aware there's a lot of porn being streamed on there and all that. Bit of an odd start. I think Train's intentions with the site are interesting, albeit a huge pipe dream. A 95-5 split to creators. 100% of donations go to the streamers. What were some of the other crazy ones? Oh yeah, like a flat salary based on watch time, and so that way you don't have to like rely on just subs. What were some of the other claims? Well, also claiming that it's going to have like the top tier advertisers come pretty quickly. All of that's like wild on paper, like seems really pro creator and seems amazing. But you like I just don't know how like possible that is. That's not like sustainable. Like, it's a good intention, like it's coming from a place of, or at least it sounds like with those goals with it, coming from a place of just trying to deliver a better Twitch, and Twitch has a ton of problems, like legitimately a ton of problems. He's not wrong there. But like his proposals seem super unsustainable, especially for a startup out of nowhere. And also the startup's a little weird because it copied so much of Twitch. Like going to Kick right now is basically just going to Twitch but with porn. And even on Kick, if you reply to someone, it has the Twitch logo in the reply. So it's like a full overhaul of the UI, which I think is a little odd. It doesn't have like its own identity. But I know it's still in beta, so surely that'll change. And then I saw their subreddit was created by the same person who made the Steak subreddit. So I don't know if it's like affiliated with Steak or something, but if so, I feel like that should be disclosed publicly. Like, Kick was financed and started by Steak. Like, we have a vested interest in this streaming service. I think that should be more public. But yeah, overall, I think he wants to do something good with it. I don't know how, like, actually possible it is. Like, if it's, like, a real reality where in a year it is a legitimate competitor. But if it is, I mean, that's great. Competition is the best thing for consumers. If there's no competition, there's no incentive for a platform to improve or get better. So if you can actually follow through on it and somehow make it work, I mean, that's good. It just seems a little insurmountable to overcome all of the hiccups. Like, Mixer had Microsoft backing it and they couldn't pull it off. And Mixer poached two of the biggest streamers Twitch has ever had. And Mixer still couldn't survive. So I just don't know if he can actually do it, and it's a bit of a rocky start. But competition's great, so I'll wish it the best. There's a resub Julio, Ghost Girl, Gion, and the tier 1 Ebimoth. And the 5 gives sub Sunny, and the resub Fok, Keeling, Parallel, Tyloran, Sleepy, and the bits Julio. Hey, that's great to hear. Fuck yeah. Congrats. Hope you enjoy it. There's a resub Ball Stomp. And the Anonymous 10 gift subs. Thanks to the Anonymous 10. Appreciate it. There's a streamer showing 250k viewers right now. Yeah, that's definitely not real. So I went there when it started, and the biggest stream was about 900, which sounds about right for a startup. I'm assuming they found an exploit right now, like the streamer has found an exploit with the site in order to gamify that, or they're just using some bots. But that is absolutely not real.